But, you try to start, on time. I did practically yesterday, try to get a good trend going, and then, my apologies. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Mark Farzetta. This is the Farzy Show presented by MyBookie, mybookie.ag. It's just lovely to have you along for the ride. You got the Phillies winning against the Cubs there. Michael Mercado going out there giving you 5 innings to start things off for his Major League Baseball career as a starter. He pitched 1 inning against the Tigers, but Michael Mercado, very impressive yesterday. Got some help from Nick Castellanos in right field, but nonetheless, also got some help from himself. Also got some help from Garrett Stubbs behind the plate. How about that? Speaking of Stubbs, I'm not even talking about his 2-run double. That was pretty nice, too, in the second inning. But more of his catching ability and the vibes guy that is Garrett Stubbs. And 2 mammoth home runs, 422 feet by Trea Turner, his first one, 439 feet by Trea Turner for his second one. Out of Fenway, out of Wrigley Field onto Waveland Avenue. Not too shabby there, Trea Turner. We got that to get into. We have Terry Johnson to talk about. Good Lord. We got busy day. And one of the newest Sixers, some people are trying to put it in a light of he's already running his mouth. And I don't think Eric Gordon is running his mouth at all. I think he answered a pretty stock question with a pretty stock answer, but I did like what he had to say with one particular word. It wasn't about necessarily winning a championship. It was about being a force to be reckoned with. This 76ers squad that is coming together so beautifully so far in the young days of the offseason. But either way, welcome into the program. Nice to have you along. Let's start it off with those Philadelphia Phillies. First up, the Trea Turner home runs. They caught up with him after the game, and Trea Turner was asked about, if he knew those were out. Hey, did you know those were out? And it was just a real simple, yeah. As soon as he made contact. It reminded me of Kyle Schwarber, and I want to say it was in the playoffs. It might have even been the World Series. And they asked him about hitting like 102-mile-per-hour fastball. What does that feel like? And he just said, nothing. Feels like nothing. Trea Turner was in that zone last night. Trea Turner was in that World Baseball Classic zone in the batter's box for the Phils last night. 4 RBIs in total, solo home run, 2-run home run, RBI single. Played well at short, too, for what it's worth. He's the guy that last week I said, without Bryce Harper, without Kyle Schwarber, the guy that I am most relying on in this lineup is Trea Turner for 2 reasons. One, he should be. He's the next money man up. He's the guy making them big bills. I know Nick Castellanos isn't playing for free, but the next man up as far as the big dollar guy, it should be Trea Turner. And on top of that, he's not making that money for nothing. He should be making that money, and he should be the guy stepping up because he's got the most talent on the team. And to see him hit the way he has hit recently, to see him come out with the 2 home run performance last night, especially helping get runs early after Garrett Stubbs' RBI double, that helps put your starting pitcher, who is only making his big league debut as a starting pitcher, settle in a little nicer. So Trea Turner, listening to him after the game last night, all the confidence in the world, also spoke about how this team comes together when it comes to picking up for guys that are out. And the Phillies did get good news last night on JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. All 3 could be back before the All-Star break, which would be awesome. If I'm the Phillies, I'm still telling JT Realmuto, hey, go ahead and take yourself another week. No, you're our catcher. We're holding down the fort pretty well there right now, so just take it easy, all right? You take another week for yourself. But Trea Turner got into it after the game talking about how this team really does believe, and not only believes it, but practices the next man up mentality. And it seems like every single time something bad happens, whether it's injury, the perfect example is Edmundo Sosa for Trea Turner, or you have guys that are just going through a bit of a rough patch, somebody else starts hitting in this lineup. Next man up to carry the team, step up to the front of the room, and right now that's Trea Turner. As far as Michael Mercado went in his start last night, here's what I love. Now, first, I got 2 minutes of Michael Mercado that I want you guys to see. And it's really interesting because he seems like a guy, he seems like a a neighbor that'll help you fix your lawnmower or something. Like, oh, hey, I got a tool that'll help you with that. Yeah, he'll volunteer it for you, so you don't have to ask. He just seems like a really swell dude. He also seems like he's 41 years old. He's been doing this a long time. That's his demeanor. And watching him on the mound last night, the first inning was a great test to see what this young man was going to be able to do on the mound. He gets Horner to ground out to third for his first out. Then he walks Bush on 4 pitches. Not great. Then Bellinger steps up there with a runner on first, and he belts one. Hits the ball on the screws to right center field. This is what I was referencing earlier with Nick Castellanos helping him out. Nick Castellanos goes charging over to his right, reaches up. I thought the ball was gone when Bellinger hit it. Fell short of the wall in right center. Castellanos was the one that got there, and he slams into the very much not padded at all brick wall in Wrigley Field. But he made the catch. It's important that he made the catch for a number of reasons. One, you already had a runner on first. 2, you weren't getting out of the inning real quick after that either. So Castellanos helps out his young starting pitcher, making his first big league start by going hard over to his right and charging into the wall. Second out of the inning. Suzuki steps up there. He gets a single to center field. He now got first and second with 2 outs. Then Happ steps up there, and he goes up in the count 2-0. So now Mercado is down in the count 2-0. He then throws 3 straight fastballs, and Happ can't make contact with any of them, and he strikes him out to end the inning. It turned out to be an 18-pitch inning. You had a runner in scoring position. It could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Nick Castellanos playing right field, and Michael Mercado, you'd never know it by the look on his face. Calm, cool, collected. You go into the second inning, he has a real easy 8-pitch inning, strikes out Morel there on the fastballs. Fastball was working great for him. Did that on 3 pitches. You go into the third inning, he got to him a little bit there, made it a 3-1 ball game on the Bellinger RBI double. He was up in that count 0-2, threw him an 0-2 fastball, and Bellinger was able to just slap that into the outfield. He got the help offensively throughout the game. The second inning, they're up 2-0. They added to it to make it 3-0 in the third inning with Trea Turner. Then Trea Turner hit that bomb of a home run to make it 5-1. And really the only blemish, and then Trea Turner tacked on another run with an RBI single to right in the 7th inning to make it a 6-1 ball game. But everything was great for the Phils. Last night when I was doing the postcast and I was talking about, the 3 big things as we do on every show. Number 1 for me was Michael Mercado, simply because it was his first major league start. To get that under his belt, to give 5 innings after being a bullpen arm, then a starter, and then a bullpen guy again for the Phillies in Detroit for his first real big league action, and then go back to a starter. 78 pitches, 5 innings. That a fella. Way to go. 58 of them for strikes, I think. Not bad. Not bad. So then that happens, and then the bullpen was great. They took over in the 6th. They were great. Gregory Soto, how about this? Gregory Soto, 9 innings now. Since the London debacle, where he took over for Trea Turner, 9 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 2 walks for Gregory Soto. Okay. Something to build on there, Gregory. And then Ryan Kirkring goes out there. He handles the business. Junior Marte goes out there. And then Jose Ruiz. The only big blemish on the Phillies in yesterday's game was Jose Ruiz being terrible. Floodgates kind of opened. Bryson Stott, if he made the play, it would have been a hell of a play. He made a great play diving to his right to knock the ball down off the bat of Bush. Ended up being an infield single. He just couldn't corral it to be able to throw out Bush. So now you got a leadoff runner on. Then Bellinger steps up. He gets his second hit of the ball game there, puts it in the right field. It's first and third with no outs, And then Suzuki wasn't wasting any time. He goes up there, gets the 3-1 fastball. To say that this ball was a meatball is being generous. That was a beach ball sized meatball, which sounds delicious, but Suzuki put it into the first row in left center field for a 3-run home run. It goes from a 6-1 ball game to a 6-4 ball game. That was all they needed to see from Jose Ruiz, who nobody talked to when he went down through the dugout. And rightfully so. I don't think I'd want to be talked to in that particular moment. And then Jeff Hoffman came in, 1, 2, 3, bada boom, bada bing, you're done. Happ strikes out on the slider. Morel strikes out on the slider. Swanson, Dansby Swanson lines out to right field on a ball that Nick Castellanos looked like he was saying that ball lifted on him a little bit, and he had to make that reaching back catch, the catch reaching way back and high to bring it in, and he did. So that was great, and the Phillies got the win, 6-4. There's a couple other things in this game. In the 7th and 8th innings, Rojas made a catch in the 7th inning on a Morel fly ball to center field, and he slammed into the wall. He slammed into the wall as if he expected there to be padding. Like, it looked like he had a step and a half, maybe 2 steps of coming down with that ball and then kind of gathering himself, settling himself before slamming into the wall. He had to know that it wasn't padded, right? Like, Wrigley Field wasn't built yesterday. It's kind of always been the way it is. Nick Castellanos played out there. He knows the deal. Johan Rojas, maybe not that much experience if he's ever played at Wrigley Field. And he took those couple steps and then slammed it in the wall, and then he came up looking like he was hurting. So hopefully he's all right. Laid down a nice bunt single last night and then also got thrown out at second base. But a couple of things from this game. One was the Rojas play there, but he ended up making 4 consecutive outs in center field. And at one point, he was going back and forth with Brandon Marsh, and it shows the camaraderie of this team. And then Brandon Marsh got the next out. He broke the trend, and it was the last out of the 8th inning when Horner flew out to Brandon Marsh and left. And Brandon Marsh even held the ball out to Johan Rojas, like, hey, you want to throw this in? Keep the streak going? It seems like a stupid little thing, but I think it shows the camaraderie of this team. Then even more so than that, after the game, Michael Mercado picks up not only his first major league start, his first major league win. He's 1-0 as a starter. Kyle Schwarber, still there, pushes Michael Mercado out to the front of the line, the handshake line at the end of the game. That's being very aware as a leader. That even though Trea Turner had the 2 home run game, even though the bullpen was great for the most part for guys not named Jose Ruiz, it was Michael Mercado's night. And I thought that was really special. And also, I credit Rob Thompson for before the game even started. He had Kyle Schwarber, the former Cub, the former World Series winning Cub. One of the World Series winning Cubs. One of the few. He had him bring out the lineup card. Pretty special. So all in all, a pretty incredible night for the Phillies. To focus on Trea Turner one more time, though, to talk about those home runs. The first one was 10, 15 rows up, 422 feet, left center field. He got a sinker, middle of the plate, and just crushed it. Just absolutely crushed it. That gave the Phillies a 3-0 lead. The home run of the 5th inning, that was a fastball inside corner of the plate that he just, Turner turned on that one and ripped it 439 feet. Nito behind the plate, set up on the outside. He was looking for something there on the outside corner of the plate, and that ball just drifted. And I know Ruben Amaro Jr. referenced it on the during the game, but you could see it too if you get a chance to see the home run again. He sets up on the outside, and then he drifts in, and then he just, damn it. You can just see the expression of, oh, that's going to go a long way. That, and one thing that it's one of the coolest things that anyone ever acknowledged to me or pointed out to me. Talking to some catchers over the years, you never think about the sound. Like, you think about the crack of the bat, right? Just because a baseball fan, the crack of the bat, what a beautiful sound. If you're a former catcher or you're a catcher and you hear that pop right in front of your face, that is not a pleasant crack of the bat. That is an ear-popping sound. And also had that kind of reaction to it as well. And that ball just exploded off the bat of Trea Turner. And the last time I saw Trea Turner swinging like Trea Turner is swinging now, you could certainly talk about the last 2 weeks of the season, or excuse me, last 2 months of the season last year after a standing ovation. But I think you could also talk about the World Baseball Classic, where he was just, he was a power hitter in that World Baseball Classic. But last night, that's the version of Trea Turner that he reminded me of. And man, that was spectacular. to watch last night. Just in the zone. So now with Trea Turner really leading the charge here, he has got his batting average up now. How about this? Trea Turner's got his batting average up back to 338 with a 386 on base percentage. He's slugging 487 now on the season. This is pretty remarkable. His splits against lefties and righties damn near the same as far as his on-base percentage and his batting average. His batting average is 333 against lefties, 341 against righties. And then how about this? Over the last week, he's hitting 407 with those 2 home runs last night, those 4 RBIs last night. 6 RBIs in total. Not bad. Not bad for Trea Turner. That's a one hell of a way to get into it. I mentioned at the start of the program Michael Mercado's demeanor. Michael Mercado, after the game last night, just take a look at this man. This kid going out there, getting his first win, and here he is after the game, thanks to NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Emotions of making your first start at Wrigley Field, coming away with the win, 5 innings, 1 run. What is that like?
Yeah, it's like making my debut. It's one of those things that you kind of dream about doing at a place so historical. But you know, it was a great team win too, and I'm just happy that I could contribute. So.
What enabled you to settle in kind of after first inning?
I think just the confidence I have in myself, the confidence that these guys in the clubhouse have for me. It's we go back to what we've always been doing, and that's for me, that's pitching. So I think being able to settle in and treat it like any other game is huge.
And to end your night on a high note like that, the 4th and 5th, going through efficiency, is that the kind of thing you feel like you carry forward to the next start?
Oh, for sure, yeah. You always want to build off, each outing off of each other. And, some are going to be good, some are going to be bad. But you hope to take, the good things with the good ones and try to pick out 1 or 2 things with the not-so-good ones. But, yeah, having, ending it well like that is huge, so.
2 on, 2 out, and it's 2-0 and a half in the first inning. What's kind of going through your head there?
I think just let's show some strikes here. I have a lot of confidence in my fastball, and I think at that point I was just like, okay, throw it in the zone and see what happens. So.
Same thing in the 3rd inning. It was 28 pitches. The last one you threw was 97, I think, to Suzuki.
Yeah.
And that's why you just reach back for whatever you got.
Yeah.
Or do you feel the effects of maybe the added strength too? Because I know it's been a thing for you.
Yeah.
It's a long inning.
Right. Yeah, I think that's one of those pitches where in your mind you're like, okay, I got to give it my best one here. And for that was, attacking in the zone with what I think is my best pitch. So, and the velo is the velo, but to be able to know that I can reach back and do that when I need it is huge.
Like I said, mature beyond his years. And you just get the sense he's just a swell dude. Look, the velo's great. 96, 97 miles per hour. He was popping the mid at. If you would have told me, I was fully expecting him in the best case scenario to go 4 innings last night. I was really expecting 3. The fact that he went 5, and it looked like maybe in the dugout they were contemplating whether or not he could go 6 innings. But I think they handled everything right. Look, they won the game, so I'm not going to complain about whether or not Michael Mercado went 6 innings right. I'm not doing that. I am wildly impressed that he had the ability, just the physical ability after bullpen starter, after being kind of pulled in a few different directions this year, both at the minor league level and now at the major league level. Very impressed that he was able to go out there and give you five innings of 1-run baseball. Struck out 4, walked 2 hits as well. But all in all, and yeah, like I said, the 1 run. All in all, very impressive night for Michael Mercado. Very impressive night for Trea Turner. Very impressive night for the bullpen. Very pleased with what I saw. And how about this? One of the things that he also went into after the game yesterday was Garrett Stubbs. Like essentially talking about Garrett Stubbs as if he was invaluable. Like you just can't have a guy like that that's going to make you as comfortable on the mound as Garrett Stubbs. And he talked about JT Realmuto with the regular starting pitchers, if you will, the more experienced guys. And he just said that they're really, pretty much really well off at the catcher position on this team. And how you look at a guy like Garrett Stubbs and you just can't measure what he does in the clubhouse. And I was like, oh, that's a big win for the vibes, people. The big win for the vibes, people. But hey, if you're talking about vibes when it comes to Garrett Stubbs, it's not just about the vibes anymore because the guy is actually hitting, something he wasn't doing in the early goings of this season. And since the Phillies got back from London, his batting average, I think it went from 173 to now 217 on the year. 217 is not a brag. I get that. However, when it comes to Garrett Stubbs in particular, you're talking about a guy now over the last month that's hitting around 270. Over the last 2 weeks, 292. The last week, 333. I will take it all the live long day with Garrett Stubbs driving in runs for this Phillies team and hitting baseballs, man. I am here for it all the live long day. So great to see that. Tonight's going to be awesome. 8:05 start time. So here's what's interesting. A little personal note, guys. You tell me what you think is going to happen, all right? My brother-in-law was at the game last night at Wrigley. He does not live in Chicago. He lives in Baltimore. Perhaps you have seen me do a post-game show from his carport in Baltimore. Okay. He was at the Phillies-Cubs game last night. Probably in a couple hours, he's catching a flight with my lovely sister-in-law to come back to Baltimore, and then they're going to drive up to Philly, outside Philly now that I'm in the burbs. And they're going to stay with us for the 4th of July and all that stuff. Do they actually make it today, or are they going to be arriving tomorrow morning? Do you think they make it? Yes, they were sending me pictures of them enjoying all that Wrigley Field has to offer. Okay. Do you think they make it today? Or now, keep in mind, they're coming home to two children under the age of 3. And then they're supposed to come up here. Do they make it today? Do you have confidence in my brother-in-law, Jason? Or do you think they say, no, we can't do it. We need a day. We need a day. I know you don't have a lot of information. That's all I'm giving you. But do you think they pull through? Yes, this is a family that does party well together. My family does not really party that well together. Well, my immediate family. They're my wife's family. Oh, yeah, they party. They party hard. That's all the information I can give you. I'm not expecting them today. So Phillies, it'll be a great game tonight anyway. 8:05 start time. Zach Wheeler gets to start against Shota Imanaga. Imanaga, boy, oh boy, got shelled 2 starts ago. Imanaga gave up 10 runs. He got 2 of his worst starts of the season. One was against the Milwaukee Brewers. He gave up 7 runs. 7 runs at the end of May, the 29th of May. And then 2 starts ago, I think it was the Mets, 10 runs on 11 hits. 10 runs on 11 hits. Yeah, it wasn't great for Shota Imanaga. Left-handed pitcher, 7-2 on the season with a 3.01 ERA, 3.07 ERA. It was 11 runs on 10 runs on 11 hits in 3 innings of work, and he gave up 3 home runs in a 11-1 loss to the New York Mets. His last start, a little bit better, but still not Imanaga quality from what we have seen through the vast majority of the season from the lefty out of Japan. He went 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits, but did not surrender a home run against the San Francisco Giants. Prior to that, 3 starts ago for him, he went 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits against the St. Louis Cardinals. So that's what you got. As far as your boy, Zach Wheeler, going tonight for the Phils, we know he's coming off that rough start against the Marlins. That should have been his 10th win of the season. He still sits at 9-4. Couldn't get that one more strikeout or one more strike called to get out of a jam in the 7th inning. It led to all hell breaking loose, including him yelling at the umpire. But we'll get him back on track. Get him back on track tonight against this Cubs team. He went 6 2/3 against the Marlins, 2 runs, 7 hits. And then before that, he went 7 innings, 1 run against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, all right, let's get that version of Zach Wheeler. Let's get win number 10 for Wheels tonight. Know what I'm saying? Win number 10 for Wheels. Moving on to the world of basketball. Good news, bad news. Let's go with the bad news first. So yesterday, remember when I was doing a little rant about like guys I'd want to see come back? Like I wanted Andre Drummond. They got him. He's back after, not being here for a couple years. I wanted Kelly Oubre. For guys in the last year's team, this year's team, I want him back. I want Kelly Oubre back. They got him back. And I was like, who else? Who else can we get back in Philadelphia that I really liked on the team last year? Cam Payne, otherwise known now as Terry Johnson. Johnson, get over here. If you haven't seen this story, it starts out unfortunate. In the middle is like, oh, okay. And in the end is like, you idiot. Okay, here's how it goes. So apparently, last month, according to TMZ, Scottsdale Police Department, Arizona, had an incident report obtained by TMZ. Payne called the cops around 2:44 a.m. June 14th after getting into an argument with his girlfriend in Arizona. But the cops say when officers arrived on the scene, he and his girlfriend told the police services were no longer needed by the police. So, hey, we're good. We're good. Okay. As the quarrel was merely a verbal one. All right, things get heated. People start yelling. Never a good thing. And they had calmed the situation down themselves. Officers wrote in the documents that all they needed to wrap up their investigation was Payne's name and date of birth. But that's when the 76ers guard, according to TMZ, stopped cooperating. They say minutes before Payne would tell them who he was, insisting he was actually, quote, Terry Johnson. When they told him they believed he was lying and would need to arrest him if he continued to be dishonest, they say he told them that's fine. So, yeah, go ahead and arrest me for my name's Terry Johnson. Cops say in the documents that they went back and forth with Payne for a while, telling him over and over again that if he just gave him his name, they'll be on their way. Yet they claim Payne played coy the entire time. At one point, the police wrote Payne did provide him with his real name, but told them seconds later, no, that's my fake name. Can you please leave? I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this where cops were like, give me your name, give me your name, give me your name, and whatever. Yeah. So I don't know how it really ends other than the fact that they had to arrest him. I'm looking at the Crossing Broad story now. He was arrested for not giving his real name. I'm happy, and I hope that everything was only verbal, obviously, right? But even that can be harsh, as I think most people know, right? But I'm glad that it didn't escalate. I don't come from a call the cops. I know people, grew up with people that are like, well, then we called the cops. And I'm like, what? For that? That kind of thing. So anyway, I don't know if this situation's happened for other people. It's like, oh, it turns out we don't need you. So I can't judge that situation. I hope it was just exactly as it was reported. But this story doesn't change anything about whether or not I want Cam Payne back with the Sixers or not. And I think most people would still like to see Cam Payne back with the 76ers. But Terry Johnson apparently is Cam Payne's bad boy name. If I'm in trouble, my name's Terry Johnson. Might have to use that. And Crossing Broad did exactly what I think a lot of people did. You went right to Ron Mexico. And if you don't know the Ron Mexico story, oh, man, what a great story. Good times. Good times. Two good news stories. That's the bad news story. Still ends well. The good news story, two of them. One, let's get to something that is, not something that could be. First thing is the is in this, okay? Eric Gordon's bringing the right attitude to Philadelphia. He was out there at a FIBA event, okay? And he gets asked this question by a foreign media member. And I got to say, hey, welcome to the party, pal. I like this answer from Eric Gordon.
And also next season we'll play for the Sixers. They already made some big moves like acquiring Paul George, extending Maxey. How would you rate the possibility of Sixers winning the title,
Yeah, Sixers fans should be happy. We're going to be a team to be reckoned with, and we look forward to trying to win the championship next year.
That's all I need. Look forward to trying to win a championship. Fine, good, great, grand. Forced to be reckoned with, even better, baby. Bring that attitude. 35 years old, coming to Philadelphia, help this team win a championship and be a force to be reckoned with. I'm for it. I love it. No problem. No issue with anything you just said. Bring that attitude to Philly. Need as much of that attitude as humanly possible. That's the good thing. Just the right mindset. He gets it. Good for him. The other thing, good potential here. According to Shams Charania, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Golden State Warriors are in conversation about a sign and trade with Buddy Hield. Okay. Whatever gets the Sixers assets back. I don't know what those assets would look like. I did punch it up in the old ESPN trade machine. It doesn't look like a lot to be offered here. I don't know if they would invite anybody else into the party or what, but I would hope you get some picks back. I don't think you're going to get first rounder. I'm not really seeing a lot of super stuff. Yeah, not a lot. And also it depends on what the money's going to be with the sign and trade. Crazy. Yeah. But hey, to make Buddy Hield all of a sudden an asset and get anything in return, that's a win. That's a win for Daryl Morey. And then he's going to go out there with Seth Curry. He's going to shoot the lights out, and he's going to be incredible. He's going to be like, what did he hit? Like 6 threes in that playoff game for the Sixers? And that was the first sign of life we saw from Buddy Hield in months. I don't think it's going to be much, but it's good to see at least them exploring the option of getting something in return with Buddy Hield. Fine by me. Hey, let me tell you about the amazing people at MyBookie. MyBookie.ag. Download the MyBookie app to your phone, create an account, use promo code Farsi, and get up to $1,000 redeemable cash bonus at MyBookie. MyBookie.ag. You better bet on the world of baseball? Go right ahead. WNBA? Go right ahead. You can bet on the world of television. You can bet on the world of politics because that's going to be a hoot this year. So download the app, create an account, use promo code Farsi at MyBookie, MyBookie.ag, and have yourself a great time. How about Game Time, the Game Time app? Download the Game Time app to your phone, create an account, use promo code Farsi, and get $20 off your first ticket purchase. You get last-minute ticket deals, flash ticket deals, even ticket deals for an hour after the event starts. So if you're going to a concert, a comedy show, you might miss the opening act, you might miss the middle, you'll still see the headliner that you want to pay to see anyway on the Game Time app. And, of course, when the Phillies come back to town and take on the Dodgers, you can use the Game Time app to get your tickets. You can view your seat before you buy it so you know exactly what you're getting, and you take the guesswork out of buying tickets with the Game Time app. So download the app, create an account, use promo code Farsi, get $20 off your first purchase. And how about this? The Game Time guarantee. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less money anywhere else, Game Time app will refund your account 110% of the difference. How about that? So download the Game Time app to your phone, create an account, use promo code Farsi, and get $20 off your first purchase on the Game Time app. How about PHL Sports Nation, Philadelphia Sports Nation, enhancing your Philadelphia sports fan experience across all social media and blogs. That's PHLSportsNation.com. If you're not following all the latest news with the Sixers, the Phillies, the Eagles, as well as those Flyers, make sure you're following it all there on PHLSportsNation.com. How about our friends over there at Sky Motorcars, SkyMotorcars.com. Check out Brett's amazing inventory at SkyMotorcars.com. Let's get into the chat check and see how you wonderful people are doing on this fine Wednesday morning. No show tomorrow on the 4th of July. No show most likely Friday unless something bonkers happens. So I am going to be taking the next 2 days off. Unless something bonkers happens on Friday. There you go. So just giving you the heads up now. Let's get into that chat check and see how wonderful people are doing on this fine Wednesday morning. Hope you guys are having hope you guys have a lot of great plans coming up for the 4th of July holiday. I do love 4th of July. IBH, good morning. Sean Gillespie, good morning. IBH, Stubbs is doing well. JT is trying to hurry back. That's great. Tampa Eagle, Farzy, what's up? Good morning, bud. Next man up mentality is winning attitude. Just love the Phillies even more. Hells yeah. Sean Kilrain, good morning. Twiz, good morning. Farzy, have a safe foot. So, I've never been a big fireworks guy. Yeah. When do you hand your kid a sparkler? When's that? That's a sparkler, not necessarily a firework, obviously. You know, when's it okay for the kids to go with the sparklers? Anytime they can walk, they can hold a sparkler. Is that the rule? What's the rule there? I don't know. I like to practice as much safety as possible. Sean Kilrain was going, yeah, but we are Twiz. We are hosting. We're going to be hosting 4th of July. There won't be too many people here. There'll be enough people here. We're going to have a good time. Sean Kilrain, good to see Trea with 2 home runs last night. Hells yeah. Sean Kilrain, Warriors in talks for Buddy Hield, 76ers sign and trade after Clay exit. What do we get in return? Yeah, like I said, let me look back at it. I don't know what picks the Warriors have going on. I thought this thing usually has you do, like you could put picks up there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you get a pick swap out of it. Dario Saric is no longer under contract. I'd take Dario back. Oh, my God. That reminds me, in a roundabout way. So, Sean, to answer your question, I honestly don't know, but I'm just glad that they're turning Buddy Hield somehow into an asset. I don't know who started it, but why yesterday was I seeing on my algorithm Ben Simmons coming back to Philadelphia? What? And then people being like, "Oh yeah, I want him back." Is this a joke? Is somebody being funny? Like I saw Kyle Pagan on Crossing Broad tweeted out, and I just looked at it and I was like, "This is a joke, right? We're joking. These are ha-has. This ain't funny." I want no parts of Ben Simmons back in Philadelphia. Once somebody has identified, and he did this while he was here, the Brooklyn Nets version of Ben Simmons, you could obviously, he's hurt, right? Okay. He has already identified himself as someone who loves what basketball brings him, but doesn't love basketball. He has already identified himself as someone who cowers from the moment. Game 7, Atlanta Hawks. I'll show you the tape. Danilo Gallinari was going to block my... Oh, defensive stalwart Danilo Gallinari was going to block your shot. Oh, you heard footsteps of Danilo Gallinari? You heard him fee-fi-fo fumming behind you? Oh, scary. So you thought, let me pass to Thibault? Anyway, not to go down too much that road in the history, but no, I do not want Ben Simmons back in Philadelphia. No way, no how. I don't want Ben Simmons back. I think the person that would crush the most is Tyrese Maxey. Because I'm Tyrese Maxey. I'm growing into an all-star, $204 million player. Why am I even entertaining this? It's stupid. It's got to be some kind of sick rumor, sick joke. If you want Ben Simmons back, you're crazy. That's the worst, stupidest, ice cold BS take I've ever heard. Not happening. Anyway, Sean Kilrain looks like he took over time. Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, hold on. Let me bring that up again. Just take a look at this for the people on the podcast. I got to show this again. Do I have it?
Emotions of making your first start at Wrigley Field, coming away at the win.
Yeah, over his right shoulder, there is Taijuan Walker's locker. I did see that. And I went, what? Is he back? I didn't see him in the locker room. I didn't see him in the clubhouse. So that was weird. Dorian Finney-Smith, I saw that that name's out there now with the Sixers supposedly having interest. I'm in. And yeah, B-Ball Paul. Again, we all love him, but it didn't happen here. Mercado sounds like a young business professional with an MBA. Wow. You know what he looks like? He looks like he's really good at Excel spreadsheets. To hearken that internet meme. These guys look like they crush Excel spreadsheets. I just recently figured out how to add on an Excel spreadsheet. Not to brag. Twiz, or Asia. What's up, Asia? What's going on? Mic drop. What's going on, Mic drop? It's progress in Stubby's case. Hells yeah, man. James Alexander, good morning. Trea Turner came through last night. Yeah, I did. In the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, can I get a hell yeah, Farzi? Let's go gather the children. What the hell? 6 to 7 years old, so they're a couple capable of holding on to them. 6, 7 years old, okay. IBH, in terms of kids holding a sparkler, that is. IBH, Ben Simmons, sounds like you were being trolled, Farzi. No, it's not just me. It was out there in the internet. So there had to be something to it. And it wasn't just one person tweeting about it. I told you guys last summer, the only way you reverse the process is if you bring back the guy that started the process. No, not Sam Hinkie. Drew Holiday. Because if Sam Hinkie came back, the first thing he'd do is trade Embiid. But what you would do if you were the Sixers is you bring back Drew Holiday, you reverse the process. It's the only way to do it. How many years has Ben Simmons been hurt now? 3. Bleacher Report had something out on Dario? Really? Sorry, but bleep you, Simmons, a.k.a. Mr. Softy. We're good. Totally. James Hoffman, listening from Chester in the UK. What's going on, James? Watching, that is, he says. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, man. Good times. Chester. I don't think I've been to Chester. I don't think I have, but thank you. Appreciate you joining me across the way there. Appreciate you. Let's get to the morning rush brought to you by Sky Motor Cars, skymotorcars.com. As I mentioned, the Phillies and Cubs back at it tonight. 8:05 start time. Zach Wheeler makes the start. Phillies 56-29 now on the season. The Cubs 39-47. Wheeler versus Imanaga tonight. Look forward to that. And then tomorrow on the 4th of July, is that a 4:05? Oh, 2:20. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That'll be a fun 4th of July. 2:20 start time there. Sanchez gets the start against Talion. That'll be a nice one as well. And then, okay, so in Atlanta, the Friday game is Apple TV. Saturday is supposed to be Fox. Well, it is Fox. And then Atlanta, Sunday, ESPN Plus, but you'll have that on NBC or NBC 10 or NBC Sports Philadelphia. I don't know. But Apple TV Plus will have the Friday night Atlanta game. Nola versus Freed in that situation. Good times right there. That's what we're looking at as far as the Phillies go for today and the weekend. And then how about this? The Phillies now 9 games up on the Atlanta Braves in the division. Braves took the L last night to the San Francisco Giants at home. Phillies with the 56 wins they have on the season and plus 123 run differential. The Dodgers are at plus 120. And the Orioles are at plus 114. But the Phillies still hold on to the best record in baseball. Braves, look, the Phillies could be up 20 games on the Braves, but if they lose a series to the Braves, then all the, well, who are they beating people are going to come out and be like, well, they're going to beat the Braves, and they don't have Acuna and all that. They don't have Strider. Yeah, I get it. they still got to beat the Braves. Braves are now 4 games up on the Mets. Mets are 13 games out of first place. The Braves are 9 games out. As for your wild card standings in the very, halfway through the season, the Braves still are occupying the number 1 spot. The Cardinals are in the number 2 spot. The Padres are in the number 3 spot. The Mets are 1 game behind the Padres in the wild card right now before the All-Star break. That's where we're at right now. That's pretty bonkers. That is pretty insane. Also, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great. Oh, wait, hold on. James Hoffman, you're originally from Northeast Philly? That is awesome. I got a soft spot in my heart for Northeast Philadelphia. All my greatest friends in college were all Northeast kids. That's awesome. Thank you, James. Appreciate you chiming in, man. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a safe 4th of July weekend. Okay? Make sure you do what I like to do on the 4th of July, which is watch The Sandlot and enjoy the Ray Charles America the Beautiful with the fireworks scene in The Sandlot. Gives me goosebumps every time. But have a wonderful weekend. I'll be doing the postcasts after the game, so make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia postcasts. And if we have some breaking news, some big news, I'll try to jump on and make sure I give you guys some piping hot takes. But I will be doing the postcast after tonight's game and tomorrow's game on Locked On Sports Philadelphia. So make sure you like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel as well. Thanks for listening. Make sure you also like and subscribe. Jacob Media YouTube channel, Farzy Show YouTube channel, all that great stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with you guys tonight after the Phillies handle the business against the Chicago Cubs. See you guys tonight after the game. Again, no show, no Friday, no Farzy Show tomorrow and Friday. See you guys later. Bye.